Cake, cake, I want cake. Is there some cake? I'm done with the museum, it was good. I held 2 presentations, one about taxes and the federal budget of Austria, the other about the world of work, like where do people work, how do they work, and so on, all about Austria. And when I held the presentation about the budget, we have this one sheet there, and there is one thing I personally don't understand, or which I'm wondering about, and that's the following. When we take a look at our federal budget, in German the budget of the Bundesbudget, we get about 105 billion, that's Milliarden in German, like 105 and then 9 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 9. In taxes, let's say taxes and all the other things we are paying for the state, which goes like in the state. So that's income for the state. We spend about 109 billion, so that's expenses. 105 income, 109 expenses. But at the same time, we are getting money in worth of 93 billion through bonds. When the state wants to get money, he issues bonds and receives some money, which is sort of a credit. You have to pay like credit interest on it, and you have to pay it back. That's 93 billion, so almost double of what we get through taxes. And we spend for paying those credits back, like the former ones we paid, and we are talking about 2016, 88 billion, 88 Milliarden we are paying back. So far so good. But what does this mean? I mean, imagine this would be a person, and I would be earning maybe 1,000 euros a month. Then I would get 1,000 euros salary, and I would take another almost as much, 900 euros as a loan, just to pay back a former loan in the amount of 880 euros. And I would spend almost everything that I would earn. Who would do that? You earn 1,000 euro, you spend 1,000 euro, and you take out a loan for 1,000 euro and pay back a credit for 1,000 euro. That's one strange thing about our system here. The next strange thing is our total debt is about 200 billion euros, 200 Milliarden Euro. And what people always do, they set it in relation to the GDP, to the gross domestic product, to the Bruttoinlandsprodukt in German, which is in Austria about 350 billion. So that's about 75%. And those are numbers from the beginning of 2016. Now we're at almost 300 billion euros, by the way. But one thing is stranger. Why do we put it always in relation to the GDP? That would be comparable to that I have an income, I don't know, but in Museum of Economics, maybe of 1,000 euros, and I have a debt of 2,000 euros, and I would set it in relation to what the whole museum is earning, because the GDP is not tax income. The GDP is what the state like sort of produces. You know what I mean? Why do you put the debt of the state in relation of the GDP and not in relation to the income of the state? That doesn't make any sense at all to me. Maybe because we would see that our debt is 200 billion euro and our income is only 100 billion euro a year. So that would be that is as if I would earn like 10,000 euros a year and I would have debt in the height of 20,000 euros. So it would sound much worse. That could be one reason, but just to get a feeling about those numbers, there are certainly very strange things happening here. Last point I want to add here is that we also have to pay interest, as I said before, Zinsen, on this debt, which is, well, the numbers differ here a little bit, which is about 6 billion for 2016. So 6 billion out of these 100 billion have to go only in interest. That's something you should keep in mind, that this is already a lot of interest. So, to conclude, two problems here. The first is that you put like a lot of debt onto your income. That's the first part, which is kind of strange. The second one is that you put the total debt in relation to some other number which has only indirectly to do something with your tax revenue. Like I said, putting my debt into relationship with the revenue of my employer. That wouldn't make any sense at all. Nobody would do that. So, two major problems I see when we are talking about the federal budget and the tax system. Cake, I want cake.